we're just looking at 2025's data now, and we'll be about a 9 billion gallon sales year for 2025. Kind of put it in perspective, the year before, a little down. We were trending around 10 billion gallons. And when we get any kind of weather, we seem to be trending back towards 10. The opportunities are so great for us right now. And as I said yesterday, clearly it's in power generation, but there are just so many other opportunities. The technology is coming at us in so many ways. And really the lack of other fuels being able to rise up. Heating oil certainly not dominant as a new choice. Propane's position to even gasoline or diesel fuel, they can save people literally millions of dollars for a big national fleet a year. And then our opportunities to talk to builders and just our traditional markets, material handling, we saw the numbers bounce back up in market share for us in 2025. So if you back out power generation, everything is still really positive, I think. When you add in power generation, the opportunities are literally endless. I do think the first thing for a marketer who's engaged in the residential space is just to rethink their relationship with that generator. View it as a significant piece of the burner mix and, adopt it. So talk to your homeowners or your builders or whomever about how propane appliances play in with that generator. By using propane cooking, propane hot water, propane space heating, propane clothes drying, you can get a generator half the size of what you would need if you didn't have that. The residential place, it's so easy. Moving up though commercially, it's not that different a sell. And if you're already selling forklift gas in a distribution center, they're interested, I know for a fact, in maybe using propane fired generation to either be a base load, shave their peak, or maybe be their primary power. Whatever space you're used to seeing, we now have engines at power nodes that can produce power at a very favorable cost using propane at your margin to increase their reliability, increase their comfort, and make everybody happier. You have reliable power, you have affordable power, and that's what they all want. Yesterday I talked about we're going to win by skating to where the puck is going to be, not where it is. We're going to talk about operational excellence as a part of your power play, talk about a commitment to safety as a part of your power play. But clearly, the real key is to talk about how propane plays a role in a nation's thirst for electricity that's really not coming from the other fuels right now. And so you see us having a little bit more fun attitude, if you will, about marketing it, take advantage of this kind of wind at our back, energy dominance, American energy, abundance of propane. So the beauty of the power system is that while everyone's consumed about data centers and its impact on the grid, the truth is propane is going to play a very little role in data centers. Propane is going to play a huge role in the vacuum that's created from the data centers. So everything from the residential consumer, I'm a perfect example. I've lived my life handily without having a propane generator. I will have a propane generator at my home in 2026 because I see the length and number of durations without having power being now unacceptable to my own lifestyle. But commercial accounts, they really need to have more control over their power than just hooking up the wire from the utility and paying the price that the utility charges. Industrial scale, we're seeing so much even vehicle charging, industrial peak shaving. And what the most exciting part of that whole story, we're not thinking about what technology needs to come to fill that market. We have the technology. And we've got multiple brands, multiple sales channels, and it's a really exciting time. What's to be determined is how does the industry reach up and take that opportunity. And as I said yesterday, and I mean it, you will, unlike most anything else we do, you will have to say no to this opportunity. This opportunity is going to knock on your door, and you're going to have to say, yes, come in, or no, I don't want it. I think just our core business around providing heat, warmth to the farmer, to the American homeowner, to the commercial markets, and just what we've always done, keeping pools hot, keeping food warm, taking hot showers, whatever market you play in, I think that will always be our core business. But as we think about growing this business, and not growing it by 1 billion gallons here or there, but by growing it by a factor of 2 or 3, power generation is where it's at. We're just in a period where the energy that we want is not available from the sources that we've always relied on. Our utility with a big coal-fired power plant, our utility with a nuclear power plant. We don't have it today, and we're not going to have it for 10 or 15 years. We have this opportunity in front of us to fill that void. And fill that void at 1.5 kilowatts, as you see in a fuel cell in our booth here, or to fill that void at 2 megawatts, as you would see if we took you to the other end of the scale, and everything in between. So it's not that our industry is going to fall apart. I think we're going to be good for 10 billion gallons for a long, long time. But now we talk about non-weather sensitive, lucrative margins, and an easy sell that comes day in, day out, day in, day out. And it really gives us a chance to grow our markets. I love to go back and look at that tradition and that history. But I think what to me is even more exciting as it relates to propane, we've had a very stable run since 1920 with Dr. Snelling. And, you know, we've had fits and starts of periods of growth and periods where we didn't grow quite so fast. And we've always been degree day sensitive. We stand at the corner right now of being freed from degree days, by being freed from some of those traditional business models and being able to serve not only forklift fuel and the farmer in ways that we've traditionally fueled them, but now add power to, you know, our portfolio of products. And I think when propane marketers see how valuable having degree day insensitive gallons are, they're going to realize it's just a wonderful addition to their portfolio. Again, I don't care what your business model is. You only deal with the ag market, there are power opportunities for you in that market. You only deal in forklifts, your customers still need power. So whatever your spaces you play, but as we celebrate 250 and look back at a rich tradition, rich history, rich lessons learned from that history, it's also a great time to look forward and say, gosh, how can we free ourselves from this traditional bond, and what can we do differently? And I think when propane marketers look at that, they can do a lot of things differently. They can think about how they deliver fuel differently in an age of AI, route management, degree day forecasting, perhaps make deliveries in advance of weather. How novel an idea is that? Adopt all these new technologies. And so, as I would say, I love that look back, but I really get jazzed by looking forward.